Now, Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. The NMU hockey team steps away from WCHA action for a weekend. The Wildcats get to host a team that's not too far away, the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. We will pick up the action after a scoreless first period. So let's get going to the second. Gerard Hansen will beat Casimir Kaskisuo to give the Wildcats a 1-0 lead at 7:18. Bulldogs tied the score. Dominic Toninato beats Atte Tolvaden to even the contest at 1. Then Duluth scores 2.5 minutes later. Adam Johnson crashes the net, and the Bulldogs have the lead. NMU says, ha, not so fast, my friend. Robbie Payne toe drag, yes, on the rebound, and we're tied at 2 after 2. To the third, Bulldogs a 1-goal lead, and Brock Maschmeyer is going to carry the puck in and just slips it by. 26 seconds after that, we're tied at 3. Then Payne gets his second of the night just off the doorstep. 4:44 remaining. Wildcats hang on 4-3. Payne 2 goals, and Maschmeyer had a goal and a helper to lead the way.
I thought he was good. I mean, I don't think there's much he can do on any of those. He had to make some big saves. He stayed controlled. He stayed poised, and I mean, he's done a great job.
We didn't get down on ourselves. They scored a goal, we came back, scored one right back. So the team stuck together, and goal after goal, we kept on going.
And these two teams will wrap up the series tomorrow night at 7:07. Quick WCHA scoreboard. Michigan Tech had a 4-2 lead. 2 goals by Daryl Stamen, 1 for Matt Roy and Joel Esperance. And Bowling Green scores a pair of goals 14 seconds apart in the third period to tie the game at 4. Wisconsin over Alaska 4-3. And also in college hockey, Northland defeats Finlandia by the count of 4-1. Plenty of high school hockey. The Houghton Gremlins entertaining the #1 team in the state in Division II, the Heartland Eagles. First period, a nasty collision between Joel Ulstrom and the Houghton goalie William Steer leads to a power play. And off the face-off, guess who? Reed Pietala, zing, hits 1-0 Houghton. Still in the first, the orange and black back at it again. Dawson McKay, yes sir. Gremlins a 2-0 lead. However, Heartland would come back and win this wild one by the count of 6-5. At the SDC, the Michigan Cup, the Lance Purple Hornets taking on the Ashland Ore Dockers. Kyle Lake gets a couple of chances early, but Chris Cholweck denies for Ashland. Still in the first, Craig Mantala says no, that's not going to work either. Move to the second period. Let's get Andre Richard going, and Gavin Matson with the cleaning up, and 1-0 for Lance, and they go on to win by the score of 4-2. Second game of the doubleheader, the Jeffers Jets, the Hayward Hurricanes. First period, Brendan Middleton has a pretty good chance to score, but he is denied by Brendan Thomas. The other way, Trevor Lowney blocks the Caden Bergman shot. Yep, still no score at the moment. Jeffers finally breaks the stalemate in the first. Steve Suonen to Middleton. And that, right there, puts it in. And it's 1-0 Jets, and they go on to win this one by the count of 2-1. Meanwhile, the Lower Peninsula, the Michigan Public High School Hockey Showcase continues in Chelsea. Marquette against Lake Orion. And zing, zing, that didn't take long, did it? It's a goal by Colin Gaffney, 1-0 Marquette, less than 2 minutes to go in the first. 30 seconds later, Tony Fedrizzi will crash the net. That usually leads to good things, and it does, and a 2-0 Marquette lead. A power play less than a minute later, Jacob Patterson scores from the side of the net. 3-0 Marquette. They take this one by the count of 5-1. So Marquette wins 5-1. Meanwhile, Escanaba looking to get back on the right side, but they're playing a tough opponent, 4th-ranked Romeo. Paul Karn holds the puck in. Charlie Zunema pops in. Number 15 gets the goal. We're tied at 1. Move to the second. Escanaba trails 3-1, but number 2, Dylan Gauthier, is going to get the work against the boards, going to keep fighting toward the net, and pokes it home. And the Eskimos would enter the third period tied at 3. However, Romeo, wherefore Art Romeo would take over from there. Nick Blankenberg goes wide on the defense and puts that one in. Romeo adds one more, and the Bulldogs improve to 17-1 with a 5-3 win over Escanaba. The Forest Park Trojans are the #2 team in the Upper Peninsula Little Five Boys High School basketball poll, and the Trojans had a pretty tough opponent visiting the Eddie Chambers Gym tonight, the Kearney Nato Wolves. Pick this one up bright and early in the first. Manny Duran has the ball, and Manny Duran knows how to get to the basket and score. 4-0 Kearney Nato. More from Mr. Duran. He's going to drive and then dish to Hunter Eichhorn. Golfers know how to hit from three-point range. Wolves out in front after one, 14-8. And Mr. Eichhorn fired up to the second. Fast break, Dan Nasserini to Billy Raggio. And we're tied at 14. Eichhorn to Justin Ernest. That must be play number like 3. Pass it to the very open guy in the middle of the free throw lane and score. That works. Cameron Krajewski will give it to Nasserini. Connor Keserly back to Krajewski. That works for 3. Kearney Nato kept it close. Forest Park in the second half played a little bit better, and the Trojans went on to win 43-33. In Marquette County, Gwynn and Munising. And Carter Garangelli will get the ball back to Jonah Norman for 3. Model Towners cut the deficit to 130-29 second quarter. Then Will Seymour to Mike Graves for 3 of his 25. Mustangs would lead 33-29 at the intermission. It was homecoming for Gwynn. Your king is Kirkpatrick Bray. Your queen is Tony Lauren. And homecoming magic worked very well, thank you, in the second half as Gwynn went on to win by the score of 58-46. To the scoreboard, North Central had very little trouble tonight with Bark River Harris 82-26. Rapid River outscores Superior Central 57-42. It was Jacob Witt leading Uintral Creek past Lance 66-32. Lars Davatilla with 28 as Chassell downs Bessemer 64-51. Lake Linden-Hubble, a short road trip to Dollar Bay, a 69-52 victory for the Lakes. Houghton, 47, Calumet, 36. Ironwood scored 56% of the points in the game against Butternut, and that was good enough to win by 12. In overtime, Baraga 62, Republic Michigami 56. Big scoring in the Mid-Penn North Dickinson game. Terry Brower and Damian Richmond combined for 50 as Mid-Peninsula was able to hold off North Dickinson 73-69. Hunter Matson 25 for the Nordics. Connor Ortman had 22 as the Knights of Norway beat Western County 62-39. Negaunee, no trouble with Manistee. Gage Kresge, 29 points, 17 rebounds. St. Ignace wins again easily, 69-28 over Rudyard. Newberry's had a pretty good week against Sault Ste. Marie. The Indians win the boys' game. I told this was a buzzer beater, 52-49. Cedarville 61, Brimley 54. Onaway 10 better than Pickford, 72-62. And Engadine 81, Detour 73. Patrick Gomes had 28 points for Maplewood Baptist, a 52-28 winner over Hannahville. To the girls' side of things, Menominee and Marquette second quarter action. Paige Barrett, Avery Stewart, the drive, off the glass and good. Plus the fouls, missed the free throw. Maroons trailed 17-4. For Marquette, Amber Hubner goes around defenders for 2. 19-4 Redette. She had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 6 steals. Off the miss, Menominee cannot corral the rebound. Finally, Chloe Hale lines it up, and she rains from three-point area, and Marquette's lead continues to expand. Menominee was treating the basketball like a hot potato for quite a while, which has nothing to do with an old Bill Cullen game show. Off the turnover, Hubner to Kelsey Grange for the long 2. Marquette cruises to the 50-23 victory. Kingsford, the Flivers made the trip north to Houghton to take on the Gremlins. And we will pick this up in the early going. Hannah Carlson to Renee Roberts. And Renee puts that one home to make it a 2-0 lead. Flivers still up a pair, but Morgan Colling will save the ball to Tana Reinanen. And Tana tosses that one in from the baseline. We're tied at 4. Mike Cross trying to get his team going, and it works. Carlson misses, but Mariana Bianco will grab the ball and put it back up and in. 10-8 Flivers. Sloan Zenner had 18 points. She is not going to make this shot, though. However, Kara Manette would take care of the business from there. Houghton, your winner, 57-35. On the girls' scoreboard, nice overtime game. Escanaba hangs on to beat Iron Mountain 54-52. Hannah May had 26, Maplewood Baptist 48, Hannahville 28. College basketball, Finlandia had 21 points from Jordan LaPlante, but the men lost to St. Scholastica 81-74. And the women dropped the 78-50 decision to St. Scholastica. Brooke Tureen of Ontonagon had 17. College track and field at the Superior Dome on Saturday. NMU hosting a small meet. Gets underway at 12:30. Iron River's Nick Baumgardner will be on the X Games Sunday afternoon in snowboard cross. Have a great weekend.